battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
Cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
Cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
Cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown. Let's go.
In front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown. Let's go.
In front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, 'cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
The following is a live presentation of TPC Sports.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to TPC Sports presentation of Week 2 of the TPCHL between the Detroit Red Wings and the St. Louis Blues. I'm Nitro6003. I welcome in my broadcast partner, Monkey Work. How are you this evening?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. Thank you much for the welcome. We're here to see the Blues versus the Red Wings.
All right, so here's the center pass. Oh, and on Howard, and he has to be alert there, and he will cover, and no further rebound.
Bernie, it looked like he didn't know what to do with that. He just put the pads down, the puck slid into him, and I don't know if he knew that he had it in there or not, but made a save.
Oh, that's my mistake. I thought it was Howard, but yeah. So Bernier in there, and the faceoff is won by the Wings, and here's Hornick. Hornick up the wing, and it's on the left wing side now, looking for a breakout pass. Here's Larkin with a shot, and that's blocked by the defense. And skated up by the St. Louis Blues. Here's Talkin with a shot, and Bernier with a save, and he dishes it out to the right, and it's out of the Detroit zone. And the St. Louis Blues trying to skate it back in now, not able to just yet, and it's intercepted in the neutral zone. Here's Schmidt. Schmidt looks over his options, doesn't like him just yet, and it's intercepted by the wings. And it is not out of the zone just yet. It's poke checked out near the St. Louis blue line in there, and it is now the wings controlling the offensive zone. Oh, and a shot and Binghamton with the save there, and another shot just wide of Binghamton, and it is skidded out by Cheyenne. Cheyenne on the corner boards, not able to get it there, and it's intercepted by the Blues. Shot just wide of Bernier and the cage, and it's a big hit on the corner board there. Centering pass, and Bernier with the save, and this time he will cover with no rebound.
Yeah, St. Louis coming in with a flurry of shots right off the bat, and Bernier standing up tall. Should be an interesting goalie battle here between Bernier and a very good goalie at the other end of Bennington.
Absolutely. Face-off won by the Blues. Back to the point. It goes. Big shot, and I think that hit the post. Beat Bernier, but not the goal post. There's another shot, and another goal post. And the St. Louis Blues have hit the goal post twice. Back come the other way on the Red Wings. And it is skated out by the Blues here over the line. Back to the point. It goes. Bazak, big shot and a save by Bernier, and he's going to cover.
Lots of good movement by the St. Louis Blues in the zone, coming through the neutral zone very cleanly. Just Bernier is sucking up all the shots, not allowing any rebounds. So while they are getting great possession and movement, they're just not getting any of those secondary chances.
All right, Thomas on the faceoff, and it is won by the Blues, but controlled by the Red Wings once again. And here's Dolly. Dolly skates in over the line, looks over his options, has it, stops at the circle, and it's intercepted by the Blues. And here's Etzkin. Etzkin breaks in one-on-one, and he missed the net on the short side. And it is out of the zone, but recovered by the Blues. Offside is neglected there, but all the teams are safe now. And the St. Louis Blues back to the point. It goes. Pass out made by Bernier. And it is controlled by the wings. Up the wing shot. Save made by Binghamton. To the corner it goes, and controlled by the Blues. Here they come on the line. 2-on-2. Shot saved by Bernier. And he's going to cover with a blue right in front of him.
Yeah, as he's been doing so far this game, 0 rebounds coming off him. He just takes the puck, controls it, trusts his team to win the faceoff and get back in.
All right, so the faceoff to his right, and St. Louis does lose this one, and it is Zadak trying to get it out. He's hit at the corner boards, and it is skated out by the St. Louis Blues, but intercepted pass. Red Wings control shot saved by Binghamton, and he has to cover, and there'll be a faceoff.
That's about the 4th or 5th shot I think Detroit has taken from the top of the circle, just blasting it right onto the goalie. May need to do a little bit more passing in the zone and make him move a little bit to get a better scoring opportunity.
Get those cross creases going here. All right, so the faceoff is won by the Blues. They control, and it is up to Stafford. Stafford has a man breaking, looks for him, looks over his options, and is intercepted. But we have a penalty. Power play to the Blues.
The favorite call here in this game, tripping. Stick went in, trying to poke away the puck. Didn't probably have the intention of hitting the feet, but did. And as soon as you touch those feet, the referee's arm goes up.
Absolutely. So power play for the first time here tonight. O'Reilly on the faceoff here, looking to win it back and give his team a shot here on the faceoff. And it is one back to the point. It goes done shot, saved by Bernier, and there was a rebound controlled by Hornick, and he skates it out up the wing. And right now the Detroit on a 2-on-1 the other way, shorthanded, but it's controlled by the Blues. Here Schwartz with nobody right back, but now here gets a help shot, and it's over the glove. Bernier, and the Red Wings get it out here at Enterprise Arena. Shot and a save made by Binghamton, and it is skated out to Schwartz. Schwartz has a man breaking, looks over his option, shot, pad, save, rebound is there, but not able to convert on the St. Louis Blues. They still control. Here about 30 seconds to go on the power play, and it looks like there's going to be more. 5-on-3 time.
Yeah, yet another tripping call, almost the exact same situation there. There was a rare rebound that popped out off the goalie. Luckily, though, a Red Wing player was sitting there waiting for it and was able to get it out of the way to avoid a goal. But now with a 5-on-3 opportunity, they have to be really careful not to have St. Louis to go ahead here.
All right, Flippa in the box. 5-on-3 for 30 seconds. Back to the point of go. Shot, and Bernier snatches it out of the air. And it's clear, but not out. Thomas shot. Bernier the save. And he's going to cover. with 12 seconds to go on the 5-on-3.
Yeah, that 5-on-3 is ticking away quickly, but they'll have a minute and a half of 5-on-4 following it if they don't score here shortly.
11 shots. Bernier has got them all. Face-off won by the Red Wings, but still in the zone. A minute 30 to go on the other power play shot. And save made by Bernier. To the corner it goes, and the Blues trying to control there. Looks back to the point, to an empty point, and it's all the way back. And Binghamton not going to touch that one. And the St. Louis Blues have 55 to go on their second power play, 0 for 1 so far tonight. Looks for a man breaking. Back, look, shot, saved by Bernier, and no traffic, no rebound.
Detroit employing a lot of laying the stick down, blocking. Got to be careful not to get themselves caught because it's difficult to get back up and get in position if the player recognizes that and goes around you.
O'Reilly with a shot. He missed the net on the glove side. Rebound, and Bernier stands tall. 24 to go, no score.
This game is only 0-0 because of how well Bernier's been playing. Bernier's just taking all shots coming into him, not leaving any big juicy rebounds. St. Louis is going to have to do something special to get something by him, I think, tonight.
There's a shot toe save made by Bernier. I hope you're taking notes, Monkey Work, because I hear you're playing them next week. There's a shot and another save by Bernier. And Dunn is behind the net. O'Reilly trying to get it free. And still not free. Shot saved by Bernier. There's a rebound on the goal line. Shot and another save from a bad angle. Still not able to get it out. And Falupa, one of the penalty takers, finally gets it out. And the Rings have cleared both penalties. 0 for 2 on the Blues. And with the shot saved by Binghamton. And now the St. Louis Blues get it out. Here's Shin. Shin trying to get a stick on it. Not able to. And it is hit on the boards. And here come the Wings the other way. 3-on-2 now, developing shot over the top of the net, beat Binghamton, shot wide. Binghamton in the cage, and it is sent back out. And now the Wings have to get everybody back on side, but they'll have plenty of time as they have to start in their own zone now. With 2:20 to go here in period number 1, no score here at the Enterprise Arena. Here are the Wings from the boards, cross crease shot, and a save is made by Binghamton, and out of the zone it goes. Here come the Blues with time and space, shot wide of Bernier in the cage, and it's all the way out of the zone with 1:10 to go in the first period. Here's Sten. Sten has a man breaking shot, save made by Bernier, and the rebound is there, but controlled by the Wings, and out of the zone and another penalty. This time, St. Louis is getting shorthanded.
Yeah, I felt for the last 2 minutes here or so, Detroit's really put the pressure on St. Louis. And it looks like they're starting to find their skates, and maybe they can get a late period goal here and change the momentum totally going into the intermission.
Absolutely. Let's see what happens. Faceoff will be in the offensive zone for the Detroit Red Wings. 41 seconds to go. If they don't score in that, they will carry it over to the second period. And a shot is blocked, and the St. Louis Blues get it out. On-man rush the other way. Here's a breakaway against Bernier, and he stopped. Oh, no shot. There's a shot saved by Bernier. Juicy rebound. But because the Blues are shorthanded, and here's Filippa. Filippa looks over his options, trying to get it free, not able to. A shot saved by Binghamton, and it's logged all the way out. And that'll do it for period number 1. We are scoreless heading into the locker room.
Yeah, having played St. Louis last week, I know how dangerous they can be. And you are right. I have been watching Detroit fairly closely because I've got them next week in a game. So it should be interesting to see how the rest of this game goes. I felt St. Louis controlled the vast majority of that game, but come on, the last few moments of the game, Detroit started to get their skates underneath them. But you can see there is a huge shot differential here with 20 shots for St. Louis, 5 for Detroit. And the rest of the stat sheet is off my screen at the moment. So what I'll do instead is, if you want to watch other great sporting events here on the TPCHL, you should swing over to Facebook, facebook.com/TPC Sports. Or you can find us on Twitter as well at facebook.com/TPC Sports. And you'll be able to find all the upcoming games, all the different sports that are being covered, and lots of great information there as we go back to the ice surface for period number 2.
All right, so we do have some carryover penalty time to worry about here in period number 2 between these two teams. O'Reilly on the faceoff with Larkin, and it is won cleanly back. And the St. Louis Blues shot saved by Bernier with 1:10 to go in the Detroit power play. They still have some time left. And here's Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi is hit on the boards, and it is controlled by the Wings. Here's Lynn. Lynn looks for Ozozaki. Back to the point it goes. Shot just wide of Binghamton in the cage, and controlled by the Blues. They send it all the way down with 25 to go in the man advantage. St. Louis 0 for 2 in the first period, and so far Detroit 0 for 1 if they don't score in the next 10 seconds. And it is cleared by St. Louis, who will bring it out. Man out of the box, and a hit and a penalty coming up.
Man out of the box, man back into the box. Detroit kind of panicked a little bit there with still having their power play unit out, not their normal defense partners back there, and got a stick into the feet, and down he goes. And as happens every time that happens in the game, to the box he goes.
Absolutely. All right, so St. Louis right back to the power play there, 0 for 2. Here's Thomas on the faceoff, and Thomas looks to win it back cleanly, does not. And O'Reilly gets it out of the zone, and St. Louis will have to regroup at center ice. They get it into the zone, looking for a shot. Save made by Bernier, and he had it, gave it off to his defenseman, luckily, and he gets it this time, and he will cover.
Yeah, Bernier again continuing his play from period number 1 of just covering up and avoiding any rebounds, any real risky play in front of his net, and just trusting that his team will be able to win a face-off and carry the puck out, which
Here's
they do.
Mega sends it into neutral ice where the St. Louis Blues will control it. Here's a breakaway short-handed, time and space, and a save made by Binghamton short-handed. Oh, and here come the St. Louis Blues the other way. Have the man up, and Nilsson gets it, and he will lob it all the way back into the zone. Oh, that was a little dangerous. Almost went over that glass. If it had, it would have been another penalty. And here comes St. Louis over the line. Dumps it in. Vega in there in the corner. Behind the net, 15 seconds to go in the power play for the St. Louis Blues. They are risking being 0 for 3 tonight so far. Looks to center pass, not able to get it there. Shot save made by Binghamton, and he dishes it out. And the power play is over. St. Louis 0 for 3 tonight on the man advantage. Looks for his option. Shot is to the corner and controlled by the wings. Here's Falupa. Falupa skates it out to his defenseman, trying to get it in. Stick to skate, and it is controlled by the Blues, and they ice the puck.
Yeah, good job on Detroit there on negating that power play, and really gave St. Louis no room to really get anything going. Like I said at the end of the last period, it looked like Detroit had found their footing, and so far this period has been pretty much controlled by them.
Here's a shot, save, rebound on the doorstep is robbed by Binghamton, and he's been big. Here's Stafford. Stafford over his opposite. He looks, he does get the shot blocked. Here's Dunn to Stafford to Dunn. Dunn to Falk. Shot blocked by the defense of the Red Wings, and here's Larkin trying to get it out. He does, and it's cleared, and this will be yet another icing.
If you're watching on Mixer right now, there's been a poll that was started on who is going to score in this game first. I think if I was going to vote at this point, just watching, I think Detroit's going to get one by here before the end of this period. What about yourself?
I'm going to stick with the Blues on this one, but they've been controlling it, but Bernier, they haven't really gotten very much traffic in front of Bernier, so we'll see. I'm going to go with St. Louis here, and the puck is behind the St. Louis net. Oh, and a little dangerous pass out, and luckily Binghamton did not move, and here's a look, cross, and they score! He deked them out of the way, and Bernier moved, and the Blues strike first!
Well, I guess I was wrong. You were right. Tarasenko comes in, beautiful shot, and yeah, St. Louis is up first. So anybody who voted for Detroit, like myself, unfortunately, not the case. Is Tarasenko just snipes a top corner. That was beautiful.
Well, if you look at the replay, he made a move. He made a move, and once he had him beat, he went the other way. So that's how he got that puck into the back of the net. And not what call an easy goal, but that's what you're gonna have to do against Bernier here tonight. St. Louis strikes first, and they look to win the faceoff, and they don't. And here's Browley. Browley looking to get that goal right back. Cross-ice pass, shot, save made by Binghamton, and he's gonna cover it up with 11:13 to go.
Yeah, great cover up again by Bennington, and he hasn't been tested as much in this game, but he has been able to come up and answer the call when called upon.
Here's a shot saved by Binghamton, and we'll do it again with 10:59 to go in the second period.
Deja vu as we get the exact same face-off. I don't think they're going to change lines here, and we'll see if they can set it up and get us something a little bit more substantial going.
All right, and the face-off is one. Nem trying to get the cross crease going, and it is controlled by the wings at the half boards. Back to Nem, to his other point man, to the centering, and not able to even get a shot on goal. And out come the Blues as we approach the halfway point of regulation time now. And it is Zega. Zega out of the zone come the wings, looking to even up the score. And the Blues looking to add more. Here they come on the line. Big shot just wide of Bernier in the cage, and it is skated out by, as far as Thomas at center ice for the Blues. Blues trying to skate it back in. They do, but the wings control it now. Little mishaps over the line. They do get it over. Here's Thomas. Thomas looks over his options. Does not like it yet. Has plenty of traffic. Back to his point man, and I don't know how Bernier stole it, but he did through traffic and keeps the score 1-0. Penalty coming up. St. Louis back to the power play.
Yep, they hit the penalty button, and off they head to the power play for St. Louis, and they're going to try to extend this lead out. They had some great movement of the puck there in the zone, and I don't know if Bernier so much saw it and saved it, or if the puck just hit him, but that was a key save there at that point in the game.
All right, so St. Louis has not scored yet on their power play. They are 0 for 3, 10 shots on goal. Back to the point, big shot, and that's blocked by a number of wings to the corner, and Falupa trying to get it out, not able to. Still controlled by the Blues. Hit there. Here's O'Reilly with time and space as some players fall. Shot, rebound, they score! It's a power play goal. The Blues 2, the Red Wings nothing.
You keep taking penalties, you keep hitting that penalty button, and eventually you're going to get scored on here in the power play. St. Louis capitalizing on it, extending their lead out to 2-0. I think you can see some frustration coming from the Detroit ownership as they're trying to avoid sinking any further into the hole here. They're going to be very disciplined for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you kind of have asked for it at this point, right? You know, you take 3 penalties, you kind of skate off. Nothing happened. You killed the 5-on-3. Figured one more. Well, this time on the 4th one, Detroit is able to do it to not stop it. So they're gonna have a little hill to climb, and it looks like there's more power play time. I'm not sure what happened there. With 1:35 to go in the man advantage for the Blues, they are on the power play again, and it is shot in by the Red Wings. We'll have to see if we can get an official word of what happened and why they're still on the power play.
They had 2 men in the box there whenever they got scored on, so there was I think there was a second penalty that took place at the same time.
Well, that is possible. So maybe, yeah, so both penalties. So, yeah, so 1 for 4 tonight on the power play. Shot just goes wide, and it is controlled. Here's Thomas. Thomas skating in with a minute to go on the second penalty, and a cross crease, not able to get it there. Detroit trying to desperately get it out, but Bernier stops it at the line, and it's another shot. Bernier the save, and he dishes it out to Bega. And it's cleared the length of the ice. So that second goal was a 5-on-3 goal then. And it is stated out by Stafford. Stafford has a man breaking, looks for the cross crease and doesn't go for it. Tries to fool Bernier, but he stood with him the whole time.
Yeah, as far as my scouting report thus far, I've got to get my team out and working on their special teams. Make sure my power play is really good, because if Detroit continues to play like this moving forward, I should hopefully have lots of opportunities.
Absolutely. Shot just is blocked. O'Reilly pad save made by Bernier. And hopefully your goaltender is up for the task. We'll see what happens next week. But anyway, there's a game here, and there's O'Reilly up to Schwinn. Schwinn trying to get it free, does not get it. And it is Schwartz. Schwartz, backhander, and Bernier the save. And he has been there every step of the way. 4:07 to go. 2-0 Blues.
Yeah, regardless of the score in this game, at the end of it, I think Bernier is going to end up with one of the 3 stars just due to the sheer number of saves he's been making here at key points.
And here's a shot blocked by the Wings. Here they come the other way. 2-on-1, plenty of time and space. Shot save made by Binghamton at the goal line. Rebounded and hit the goal post. Or it's 2-1. 3:05 to go. Here comes St. Louis back in over the line. Detroit's best chance right there. And Binghamton shot, save, rebound, and Bernier comes up big. Rebound is there and sticked aside. And the Blues coming right back out. Stafford back to the point. Shot it and through a lot of traffic. And Bernier saw that one. And it's finally cleared with 1:40 to go in period number 2. And the Blues have a 2-0 lead here. Stafford has a man breaking. Does get him an easy goal. And it's 3-0 St. Louis.
Neither coach wants to see each team trading chances like this back and forth, and the goalie's coming with huge saves. But unfortunately for Bernier, he was not able to come up with a big one here, as O'Reilly's in behind the defense all by himself, and he just taps in a super easy goal. Beautiful pass over to him, and yeah, they're up again and looking pretty strong here to close out this period.
I think as a broadcaster, I'll take the up and down action any day. Stafford from Don is this goal scorer, and it is so O'Reilly must never have touched it. There's a shot backhanded saved by Binghamton, and with 20 to go here in the second period, and Detroit's going to have to face an uphill battle going into period number 3 with 5 seconds to go, trying for one more rush. Here's F. Over the line, and a shot and a save by Binghamton at the buzzer, and we go to the locker room with the Blues in control of this one.
Yeah, I'd say the best player on each team may have been their goalie after some of these saves, and the best player that the TPCHL has right now are some of their Patreons. And if you want to be a Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/TPCSportsLive. This community is completely funded by their fans, and I'd like to give a special shout out to a few of them. We have Darth Travis 74, the Meter 1, Dino 911, Commando Slippy, the Turbo Taco 31, Damashock, Steel, Kiv Style, and Batgirl. Thank you very much for your continuous support and making sure everything that you see here on TPC Sports Live is brought to you live and brought to you in high quality. Thank you very much. As we look at these stats here from that second period, the shot total is telling the tale of the tape, kind of 34 shots to 15. Time of attack is also heavily leaned to the St. Louis Blues' favor. Passing percentage was up there, and of course we already know the tale of the tape as far as it goes with penalties, with Detroit sitting in the box for about 10 minutes of this game thus far. So Detroit has to get a little bit more disciplined and get a lot more shots on net if they hope to make a game of this.
Absolutely. So let's see what they have. They have 20 minutes on the big scoreboard clock to do something. And here comes the St. Louis Blues. And here's a breakaway against Bernier. And he stops it, tries to not backtrack too much, or he would have ended up in the back of his net. And this will be an icing.
Yeah, icing this early in the game isn't too big of a deal. Players are still pretty rusted, but you don't need to be dumping the puck all the way down there only to have it come back up and have a face-off next to your goalie. So we'll see if they can get a little bit better control of it coming out of the zone this time.
All right, so face-off won by the Wings, and it's sent the length of the icing. Yet we'll do it again, and there will be yet another icing.
Yeah, they tried to do a little stutter step to throw the Blues off and get a pass out, but that pass went a little bit wide and all the way down. So we'll do it again and see what they can do.
All right, Schwinn on the face-off. This time they do make some line changes, so we'll see if that makes a difference. It's won by Schwinn. Back to the point it goes. Patenko with a shot blocked by somebody, and I think it rolled up his jersey. But even meanwhile, the other way come the Wings, and it is skated back out, but not totally out of the zone just yet. Now the St. Louis Blues do control in the offensive zone, looking for some play, and at the corner boards here is Fagan. Fagan up to Matha. Matha has it at the left circle rather, and it's intercepted by the Blues and tapped all the way down. This should be an icing. Back we go.
Yeah, this time heading down the St. Louis Blues zone. This is an opportunity for Detroit. Get a good offensive zone face-off win, set up, get some shots on, and see if they can get a goal back here early in this period.
16-17 to go in the third period and in regulation time. We'll keep an eye on that big scoreboard clock, because as it ticks down, Detroit's going to have to find some way to get back into this one. And here's St. Louis with a backhander. Oh, the other side, and it's a save by Bernier to keep it 3-0 with 15:25 to go. Here's a center pass shot. They score. It's 4-0. The St. Louis Blues at Schwartz.
Yeah, attempt number 1, the puck was moving a little bit too slowly getting to the player for the shot, and Bernier was able to slide across and get square to it. The second one, though, was just a clean pass right across. He had no chance to get back, and that just lifted in behind him. Very nice cross-crease pass, just working around the defense, and Bernier had really no shot on this one.
And actually, he almost got all the way across. He just missed it by a hair, but that hair is what gives the St. Louis Blues a commanding 4-0 lead here as O'Reilly takes the faceoff. So Schwartz from Tsarko and the Blues with a 4-0 lead. Detroit's going to have a huge hill to climb if they want to get back into this one. Here's Nemth up to his winger trying to get it free, and it's controlled by the Blues, and we have a delayed penalty. I saw a trip coming, and out into the box will go a wing.
Yeah, I almost want to start, maybe using some words to put a jinx onto St. Louis here. But yeah, they're back to the power play again, and Detroit just not able to stay disciplined. They're reaching for the puck when they shouldn't be, and this is just another chance for St. Louis to extend that lead.
Yeah, you better have your power play going great in your next game. 1 for 5 are the St. Louis Blues here this evening, and they have 1 minute and 40 seconds to go on their power play, and this one so far not a little bit uneventful as Vega with a shot is blocked by the St. Louis defender, and here is Dunn. Dunn skates in over the line, and he's tripped up, and yeah, there will be another penalty, and we're going to have 5-on-3 now.
Yep, I'm going to do it just because it worked. It worked out for the for the team trying to break it last time. Binnington going for the shutout here, and he may get it just simply because the puck may never get to his end of the ice if Detroit continues to take penalties and the puck stays down at this end.
All right, so another 5-on-3 for the St. Louis Blues. This is their third of the night of a 5-on-3. Remember, they had a 5-on-3 earlier, and then they scored on a 5-on-3. So here's a shot save made by Bernier, and to the corner goes. Big shot, and it missed the net. And here's Stafford. Stafford looks, shot saved by Bernier, and Thomas was right in front. He's not going to let that go in.
Yeah, continuing to pepper the goaltender. Great movement around. They don't have to push too hard. This is more about making sure they make smart plays rather than maybe risky plays like Detroit will have to do here later on. But they're just controlling the puck well and watching the time tick down and looking up at the scoreboard and seeing a big lead for themselves.
Yep. Down the last 5 of the 5-on-3. Detroit sends it the length of the ice. Oh, dangerous play. That almost ended up over the glass and another penalty. 33 to go in the other power play. Cross crease, they score! The St. Louis Blues have scored another power play goal, and it's 5-0.
Yep, as we said before, you keep giving the team lottery tickets in the form of power plays, and they're eventually going to cash in on them. One just correction for you, though. Throwing the puck over the glass is only a penalty for your team if it's done from your end. So where he launched that from the neutral zone and had that gone over wouldn't have been a penalty. It would have just been a face-off. But they don't need any more. They don't need any more help getting people into the box. They're doing a great job of that on their own.
No, you're certainly right, and I did forget that it's only in your own zone. Either way, Schwinn scores a power play goal here. It is 5-0 in favor of the St. Louis Blues. They have done it here tonight on the power play, doing a great job here, and it's a massive road now to climb for the Wings, and time is definitely not on their favor, so they have to start here with this rush here. And it's offside, so we'll have a face-off.
Yeah, as a comment from the stream says, at this point in time, even though they're down 5-0, Detroit has more penalties than St. Louis does goals, and with 42 shots on Bernier, I'm not sure you can really blame him for this score. It's got to be down to the special teams and just discipline on the team's part.
Yeah, and I think that's something that Detroit better work on, or else they're going to end up being on the L side of a lot more games. And here's St. Louis with a shot, glove saved by Bernier, and he dishes it out, and is controlled by the Blues. Shot just wide of the net, and with 9:40 to go, the St. Louis Blues in the driver's seat just lobbed in, and just more time coming off that big scoreboard clock. And here they come looking for more. Falk, and that shot is blocked. Back to Dunn, and he almost hit his man on the corner. St. Louis still controlling, and here comes Detroit, and we have another power play. St. Louis will go right back to the power play.
Yeah, at this point, you almost think that Detroit needs just to leave a person in the box just to save the time for the scorekeeper from opening and closing the door for him. Just leave somebody in there because it looks like that's where they're going to be sitting all night long.
Yeah, so I hope you've learned something. 2 for 7 is St. Louis shot, and then stopped by Bernier with 1:45 to go in the power play. 8 minutes to go here in regulation time. And here come the St. Louis Blues looking for another goal. And the Detroit Red Wings skated out short-handed shot, and easy save by Binghamton, and he's going to cover so that that does not happen.
Yeah, I think at this point, Detroit's got to probably have it in their head that with a score this lopsided, even though they're on the penalty kill, they've got to get shots on net if they have any chance, and the time's not with them, so you may see them pushing a little bit more here on the penalty kill than they would normally.
Here's Schwinn getting it in over the line. He has a man breaking. Back to O'Reilly. O'Reilly with it, and it's on the doorstep. Stop. Schwartz tries to get it back, and it is controlled and out of the zone with 30 seconds to go. I believe TPCH rules are you are only allowed to go on the offensive on the penalty kill in the third period, and if you're trailing, if my memory serves correct, but I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. And it is cleared out of the zone, but either way, back to full strength on both teams, at least for now. We'll see if Detroit takes any more penalties the rest of the way with 5:50 to go in the third period here. Detroit trying to get back on side. They do. And it is back to Bertuzzi with a shot. That hit the goalpost. And it is to the corner and controlled by the Blues. Intercepted. And it's in on Binghamton. And he dishes it out with 4:45 to go in period number 3. And here's the shots. And I thought that went in, but it went over the top of the net. It had beaten Binghamton, but went over the net. And here comes Thomas. And he's just going to send it in. And Bernier taps it to the side and is controlled by the Red Wings once again with 3:20 to go here in this hockey game here. And Detroit trying to just get something going offensively, something to show for themselves for the next game potentially. And it's two shots, and that is deflected and blocked and out of the zone with 2:15 to go here in this game between the St. Louis Blues and the Detroit Red Wings. And
nasty hit there.
That maybe that's something. Shot, score, slop shot. We have 6 goals. Gunster.
Yeah, a massive hit there in the corner. It looked like it could have resulted in injury, and then just adding salt into that wound as it goes back to the point, and a big slap shot and just beats Bernier cleanly.
So with it being 6, I think the only thing now I'm thinking is, are we going to see the full touchdown here tonight, or is it just going to be 2 field goals here in this hockey game? Because that's really what the only question really remaining is, that and one other thing, which I'm not going to say because I'll get burned for it later. With 1:30 to go here in this hockey game, 6-0 is your score. Shot backhander, and it's deflected and controlled by the Wings. Here's Evan. Evan over the line, looks for a shot, not able to get it just yet. Back to the point it goes, and is trying to get it clear of the St. Louis Blues. Last minute play is in real time now, so and the Blues are offside.
Yeah, you may not say it. I'll say it, because why not? Bennington's going to get the shutout here, as Detroit is just not able to get any pressure in on them. Although, over the last half of this period, they've been doing full send with their players, everybody exiting the zone early. But I don't think it's going to be enough to make a big difference for them, as St. Louis just covers them up every time they break into the zone.
Yeah, they've shut them down. Here comes Detroit the other way. And yes, that is the only other question of note, is the shutout.
Oh, we got an injury.
Oh, why not? I'll join it. And it is into the board, and we have an injury on the play.
Yeah.
And is down with holding his knee. Ooh, he got hit. Ooh. Hopefully he's okay. Never want to see that.
Yeah, the crowd cheers, and all the players are tapping their sticks as he walked back to the dressing room. Hopefully he's back in game shape for his next game.
We hope so. All right, so down to the last 30 seconds of this game, shot is saved by Bernier and is trying to get it out of the Wings. And 22 seconds to go, and as the cross, it almost ended up rolling into the net, and it comes back the other way down in the last dime of this hockey game here, and St. Louis controlling, and here comes one more rush, trying to break the shutout. Can they do it? Not able to just yet, and the buzzer's gonna sound. Your final score: the St. Louis Blues 6. The Detroit Red Wings 0. Let's take a look at some highlights.
Yeah, you know, if that last little trickler of the goal had gone in, that would have been all our fault. But Bennington able to close the door and just with the almost the lace of his skates and maintain the shutout. He wasn't tested often this evening, but when he was up to the task. And Bernier, while that score is showing a huge, almost lopsided win here for St. Louis, he was up to the task for most of this game, and I think he probably has over 40 saves, even though he let in, 6 or 7 goals here. So good night for him as well. And as far as me learning anything out of this game, it's hard to tell because I don't know if Detroit got really the game that they wanted out of this one. So I did see a lot of questionable penalties. I think is going to be the big thing they have to work on.
Yeah, so you better have your power play going in your next game. But let's take a look at some final stats of this one, and then we'll close it out.
Yeah, as we look here, like I was saying, the shots are just out to lunch. There's almost a whole game's worth of shots between these two teams with 47-16. The hits were solidly in St. Louis's favor. Time of attack, again, almost the entire game they held the puck. Their passing was way better. Face-offs were actually pretty even, but you look at that penalty time, 16 penalty minutes. It's almost an entire period sitting in the box for Detroit. So they really handicapped themselves there. And as we look at the goal scoring, 3 goals in the second, 3 goals in the third, and we have a final of 6-0 for St. Louis.
All right, so we'll wrap it up here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to TPC Sports, where tonight's final score was the St. Louis Blues 6, the Detroit Red Wings nothing. Our producer tonight was Langell. For my partner, Marky Works, I am Nitro603, saying have a lovely night, everybody.